AllKids has one very simple objective, that is to provide access to education for the many disadvantaged children here in Ream Commune, Cambodia.
Welcome to Cambodia!
I had visited Cambodia 3 or 4 times from 2000 until 2010 and worked for various organisations. But it was actually the beginning of 2010 that I moved over from Australia to manage the construction of this 4-hectare care centre for HIV orphans. The little bamboo building behind me was my original site office and was the first building on this site.
In 2010, only a fraction of the children in Ream districts were attending school, and for those that were, attendance rates were poor. We initially found that around a quarter of the children in the commune were not receiving any kind of formal education at all.
By the end of 2012, I realised the need to help the children in this area to access education, and my little bamboo site office here became AllKids First Base. And we operated out of here for over 12 months.
Before AllKids, many children weren't going to school because they had to stay home to care for younger brothers and sisters, and other children being left in very vulnerable situations while their parents went to work.
I used to live in Sihanoukville at that stage and travel out to Smackdang village here every morning. My driver would drop me off at Road 4, just over a kilometre away, and I used to walk through the village and up to the building site. And I did the same thing each evening when I'd finished my work. And every morning and every evening, the same kids were sitting under their little wooden shacks, and they would say, "Hello, hello, your name, your name." And I could see very clearly that they were not attending any education. After a few months of seeing the same kids every day sitting there doing nothing, I started thinking, why aren't these kids at school? And with some investigations, meetings with the commune officials and the school principals, I realised that there were a whole host of problems preventing these children from accessing education.
When AllKids started their work in Ream Commune, many children did not have birth certificate. AllKids worked with local commune official and school principal to get this document so children could be enrolled.
Our first job was to get all of those children enrolled in school, and we travelled all over the Ream commune and found that about 24% of the children in this big commune, over 100 square kilometres and several villages, were not attending any formal education. With the help of John George from MGA, who was a good friend of mine and had spent years working on different foundations and boards here in Cambodia, we set up AllKids and got to work giving all of the children in Ream the opportunity to access public school education.
The Kids School projects give students everything they need to go to school, including uniform, books and stationery. So even the poor children can attend school.
And by the end of 2013, we had over 200 children attending public school that had never ever been able to access any kind of formal education. In late 2013, with the construction project finished here, I found a lovely big villa right in the middle of Smackdang village on Road 4, directly across the road from the largest primary school in Ream, and we opened the AllKids Learning Centre.
The first AllKids Learning Centre opened in December 2013, not as a substitute for public school, but to provide additional resources and training which would otherwise be unavailable to children living in rural Cambodia.
AllKids provide regular school bus services around the village taking the children from their home to learning center at school. Almost 350 children use the AllKids school bus service.
Poor health is a major factor for children not attending school or dropping out prematurely. AllKids have a dental health program servicing over 550 children. We also work closely with Children's Surgical Centre in Phnom Penh, who provide paediatric care and procedures which AllKids families would not be able to afford.
In 2014, we was approached by the Sihanouk provincial government to care for a group of 47 young children living on the local dam site. With the increased demand, AllKids expand operation to open our Smack Dang daycare house to provide daily nutrition, health care, and early education childhood development for our 80 vulnerable children.
In 2017, AllKids opened a second daycare house at the remote village of Kbal Hong, which currently cares for 30 children.
In 2020, because of the coronavirus pandemic, we opened a second learning center in the village of Kbal Hong. This has given over 140 children access to a range of educational activity without having to leave their own community. AllKids now have over 700 students enrolled in the learning centers.
The young children has art, performance, and sport program. We believe they help the kids develop a strong community spirit and is incentive for kids to attend study program.
In March 2014, AllKids introduced the Future School computer-based program which leads students through an international English and mathematics curriculum with 125 students currently enrolled.
AllKids has a team of 4 student supporting staff who has close contact with the kid family. The team is effective in solving problems, preventing kids attending school.
AllKids hold annual career education workshop for our senior students. Representatives from local businesses and training organizations discuss career opportunity within their industries in order to inspire the children to explore a wider range of prospects for their future.
AllKids work with 4 local public schools with a total of 2,800 students to improve the standard of education and facilities. Of the 3 schools in the Riem commune, infrastructure is basic and there is limited money for maintenance. AllKids work closely with the schools and volunteer organizations including Project Vietnam Incorporated from Australia and Casura from French Canada to make vital improvements.
We not only have more kids entering secondary high school, but we have a greater volume of children graduating from year 12. In fact, in the last couple of years, we've had an average of 18 to 20 children graduating from year 12 high school.
In December 2020, I have graduated year 12 from high school and will soon begin a university bachelor degree in ITE. Much of the course will be in English, so my years at AllKids studying mathematics and English will be great advantage.
We also have a really big focus on developing self-confidence, initiative and creativity within our students. And we're noticing that this is really welcomed by the international and local employers in this area. So that's giving a great advantage to AllKids students in obtaining sustainable long-term employment.
Since I have graduated from high school, AllKids has arranged for me to get some work experience in Hopsware as an office assistant.
Since 2013, AllKids have supported the education of over 1,500 children, most of which would not have received any formal education had it not been for the AllKids program.